What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan Aranda here, my best life Paraguay. And today, going to be talking about a few things, right? Just giving some updates without B-roll today, and then I'll be giving other updates on my life a little bit later. But yeah, I have to follow some principles on YouTube that I haven't been doing. So in case I reintroduce myself, I apologize to those who already follow me, but this is proven to keep people's attention. Because otherwise, I'm just a person on screen. So, anyways, I'm Ryan Aranda. I was born here in Paraguay. I was adopted, so that's why I'm American. I grew up in the United States, and I moved to Paraguay here uh, permanently back in July 2024. So 15 months and a couple days. All right. And I met my biological family here uh, 13 years ago and came and visited ever since. So that's who I am. Just a real quick breakdown of my story. Okay. So yeah, so those are for people who are new to the channel. Anyways, I want to get into a conversation that I had with my good friend Aaron, Aaron Akikwa. Go make sure you go follow him on the Hispanic Expat channel. If I remember, I'll link it up above. Um, but yeah, so what we were talking about is, man, it's eerie going back because me and him have had multiple conversations since the beginning of my channel. Now my channel has well over 100 videos, lots of lives I've done down here. But we're going back to when before I even left for Paraguay, because my channel was my entire process before I even left. It actually started with my residency trip, right? And again, I got residency much easier than most of you guys because I do have uh, birthright residency, so I got to jump to permanent, which is not most people's cases, but for my case, thankfully it was. Anyways, we were going back and listening just to, and this was a good. Oh man, this was early 2024. Uh, that we had a few conversations, and it was crazy eerie, right? How we predicted the decline of America, right? I mean, it's not that hard to predict. So I'm not saying like we have a crystal ball or whatever, you know what I mean? But I just mean that everything that we feared came true, right? And it's kind of crazy to think because to think that in 2024 people were really divided and split and stuff. Now in what are we at, October of 2025, things are incredibly divided. I mean, things are worse than like even I expected, with the whole Charlie Kirk stuff, the whole Donald Trump stuff, the whole ICE stuff, the whole kicking comedians off of air, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess, man. And don't get me started about the economy. Well, I guess I mean, what can I say? You guys who are in the states are living it. You guys have seen groceries even pop up another uh, 50 to even 100% in some cases since I've left, like a year and 3-4 months ago, and it's ridiculous. And I don't know how people are doing it in the states. I really don't. Um, I don't know how people are keeping their sanity, right? Because even though us, like, we may have like unexpected things happen when we're overseas, that kind of thing, there's still more to live for, right? There's still a healthier society. There's still more people you want to be around. Dating is better, all that good stuff, right? And so, like, but there's not much to live for in the States. Like, it sounds pretty dark, but it's kind of true. If you don't see a bright future in front of you, how can you keep putting one step foot in front of another, right? Which is, people probably get mad at me because they think I preach all the time about moving abroad, because I do. But I just mean that, I mean, yes, a couple videos ago, there has been a great awakening. The thing is, that great awakening needed to happen years ago. Like, a majority of Americans now have considered moving abroad. Now, whether they can actually make that happen or whether they're actually willing to take the steps necessary to make that happen, that's completely another story, right? Whereas right now, as I understand, 1% of Americans are abroad, if that, maybe two, right? But then it might get up to 5, 10. But then when it starts getting up to 5 and 10, uh, the government's going to come hard down hard, right? Because they don't want, especially rich people. They don't want rich people moving uh, either personal wealth or businesses abroad anymore, right? So there's gonna be heavy consequences, especially if you want to do something like denounce American citizenship, etc. Down the line, which I don't as still even though as crazy as the U.S. is right now, I still don't agree for your average person to denounce U.S. citizenship. You have to be incredibly rich. There's some incredibly rich people, for sure, millionaires and multimillionaires that could consider it on a more and it would make more sense to fully cut ties with America. But for your average person, still you should still hold on to it, right? Your citizenship, your passport, all that stuff, right? But I mean, it's wild, man. It's wild. I mean, and pretty much everything has gotten worse, is what I'm trying to say. Uh, I can't. There's not one thing that has gotten better since I have left in America. Whether that's economic, whether that's socially, politically, whether that's people being with each other, dating wise, it's all going downhill, right? So like when we go back and watch our old conversations, or I guess you guys would call interviews, but pretty much conversations at this point. Um, it's crazy. It's eerie. You know. Again, I'm not saying that like, go away. I'm not saying that you know like we're like I don't know. We can see in the future with the crystal ball, but all I'm saying is that we saw these trends and we jumped on it, right? Aaron was down here, and my buddy Simon was down here this year in 2025, getting the residency all figured out, and that's golden, you guys. That's golden. Um, and people are gonna be fiending for this years from now, and then people like myself, Aaron, Simon, others down here who have figured this stuff out now, we're well in front of the curve, right? People are going to be behind, and Paraguay is making it even more difficult. Of what I understand in the coming years, I believe. Don't quote me, but I believe that you're going to have to start coming at least one time every 365 days, which, to be completely honest, is still pretty lax compared to most countries around the world, right? But this is what I always said. This is what I've said since literally my first videos. My first videos, damn near 2 years ago. It's going to get harder. Figure it out now. Align yourself with the people who have done it. Okay, you don't want to be in Paraguay, you want to be in Thailand? Cool. Follow the serious people in Thailand. Don't follow the passport bros who are getting drugged and ending up with uh, ladyboy prostitutes and God knows what else. Like follow somebody who's like breaking down economics on videos and paper for you, and saying how you can live on this budget or that budget, showing you authentic places. And those countries are a little bit different because you really truly have to stay in the expat bubbles in those countries. Here, you can get out of the expat bubbles like I do, and you'll be still perfectly fine. And like still live in brand new houses for under $400 a month. So like, you know, it's possible. But man, like, I don't know. And this is where a lot of people are going to get mad at me. A lot of the wingers, right? And I don't care. I'm just going to say it, man. But like me looking what's going on in the United States when it comes to immigration and the ICE stuff, what just went on in Chicago, that they had a Black Hawk helicopter touch down in Chicago, round up an entire apartment building, and they were zip tying kids that look like me, does that give me peace of mind as a brown man who's gonna end up marrying a brown woman, right? Or Paraguayan. Most of us are mestizo looking. Uh, does that give me peace of mind for visiting or raising my kids in the United States, where they can just be picked up off the street and questioned if they're an American citizen, no matter how good their English is, no matter if their dad is proud American, which I am. I just can't live within America for all the reasons I've always explained. But like, just think about that. I know that a lot of you guys don't want to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, but that's just scary, man. That's just scary. I don't want a 5-year-old and then another administration like this coming around, and then living in America, and then questioning if my 5-year-old going to kindergarten has papers. And it shouldn't even get to that point, right? And what I tell you guys, if you are mega, keep that shit to yourself in Latin America. It's not just Mexico, but like Latin America, and the Venezuela stuff is going down right now. So like, there's gonna be more tension, man. And I'm not even in the states, but like I already know, like knowing my homies on the ground, and knowing just society as a whole, in the town that I'm from, in the city I'm from, the Latin community, Latino community where I'm from, there's tension, man, and it's not good. And anybody who can get out of the U.S. should quit fucking around and actually take the steps needed. Not in fucking no. I used to say 2 to 3 years to at least get residency figured out. Now it's 1 or 2 years. You have to do it in 1 or 2 years. I mean, come on, man. Like, okay, put all your fucking stupid vacations to fucking Cancun and to fucking, unless you're getting residency, but you're probably not going to Cancun for that, and to fucking Las Vegas and to fucking wherever the fuck in the country. Put those all aside for 1 year. Sacrifice all those stupid, irrelevant vacations, the Instagram vacations, the let me feel good and get drunk and then go back and then rejuvenate my soul, even though your guys are not. Well, you know what's rejuvenating for your soul is living abroad for a year. That's rejuvenating your soul. That's that's saving you mentally, spiritually, physically. Maybe I'm not the best example for that. Still got a long way to go for weight loss and stuff, but but you know what I mean. Man, the U.S. ain't it though. The U.S. ain't it, and there's urgency, man. And there's not one thing that's pulling me back to the U.S. besides, like I've explained in the last video, visiting family, right? And visiting friends would be absolutely nice and wonderful as well, but that's gonna have to hold off. uh, South America is it. Whether it's not Paraguay, South America is the continent. The maybe a couple. Actually, I don't know. I don't even know. All I can say is the southern cone of South America is where it's at. Uh, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil, um, Argentina. Well, Argentina's a mess again. Again. My God, Argentina. Okay, you guys. I know I'm kind of ranting, but I think I'm just gonna wrap it up there, man. But like, there ain't nothing. There ain't nothing for me to go back to the U.S. and like start over. I understand that, and I've even contemplated it for the fact of our institutions in the U.S. are better, but even then, are they? Like, do and plus, what would me as a father, when I eventually have kids, do I even care what college they go to? Do I even want them to go to college? I don't know. At this in 2025, I would probably lean no. I'd probably say get your foot in the door in pretty much anything else that has longevity, and absolutely, I'm gonna get my kids to start YouTube channels, holistic, you know, make sure it's not no degenerate stuff, but so they can have their digital mark in this world as well, in their own brands. Um, but man, I mean, I'm really at a loss for words, man. For what the U.S. has become. We saw the writing on the wall, but it was even worse than that. It was even worse than the writing on the wall. You know. Anyways, you guys, that's pretty much it. I don't got much more than that. Um, take care of yourselves, though. Hit me up for consultations. I got the link down below in the description. And besides that, I don't know, man. I don't know. Try to get set up abroad. That's all I can really say anymore. Try your best and make it happen. Make it happen. A lot of us lay out ways to do this. Just go back to past videos when I talk about residency. Others talk about residency. Do your due diligence, research, all that good stuff. Things are constantly shifting and changing, and get on it, man, before things get even worse. Even worse. Okay, you guys, I'm out of here. Aranda, my best life, Paraguay. Much love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.